Hey guys, one topic that is pretty hot right now is clipping. I've been clipping for a long time, and one technique that I've been using lately is clipping individual tracks and not just the bosses. Today I want to show you how I do just that. Before jumping into the session, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. Let's get to it. This is how the session sounds. This is just a basic instrumental, and on tracks like this, hip hop, rap, I like clipping individual drums. I can get a bit more headroom and shape the sound of the drums by clipping the individual drums before clipping the drum bass. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If I open up Shaper 3, the latest update has a scope. We can see the waveform. Let's make it just 2 bars. This is a visual representation of the drums before any clipping going on. Now let me show you how I clip when it comes to individual drums. The two main elements that I like to clip are the kick and the snare. Those are eating up a lot of the headroom. This is the kick. And I like doing the clipping after all the processing, because with the clipping I'm not aiming to change the sound of the kick, I'm just aiming to take care of some peaks. One of my favorite clipper is the Gold Clip, and now we have an update. The Gold Clip track is intended to be used on individual tracks. I like the modern algorithm. If I bypass and enable the Gold Clip track, you will not hear a major difference. You have to really focus on the sound of the kick to hear what the clipper is doing. But if we take a look at the scope, you will see exactly how the kick is changing. You can see that we have two peaks right here, and when engaging the clipper, those are a bit smaller. I'm clipping half of dB on the kick without changing the sound. Let's try the hard clipper. You can see when I push the clipper really hard exactly what it's doing. Now let's move to the snare. This is how the snare looks without any clipping. So we are basically gaining a bit more headroom without sacrificing the sound that much. Also, especially with soft clipping, we are adding a bit more saturation, and that results in a more aggressive sound. For tracks like this, a more aggressive sound is needed. Let's clip the high percussion. And this is how the waveform looks after all the clipping we did. So you can hear that the drums now have a bit more grit, but they are actually a bit more low when it comes to the headroom. We have more headroom after the clipping. Now we can actually clip the drum bass after we have clipped the individual tracks. And here you can decide if you want the clipping to be really obvious, if you want to use this tool as a sound design or as a mixing intention. It's really up to you. But this is my workflow when it comes to clipping nowadays. It's more aimed towards individual tracks when it comes to drums, but also percussive instruments like guitars and things like that. This is how I usually do it. I clip just a touch on the individual tracks, and depending what I'm trying to achieve, I can use this as a sound design tool, as an effect to add more grit, or I can keep it really light. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Thanks for the support and see you guys really soon. Cheers.